Now we talking about the anime section. I gotta come up with like names for these segments. You know, like it's called Weaver of Tales, so I'm gonna call it Tales of Anime. I'm gonna go with that. Tales of Anime. Now we in this segment, right? Dr. Stone. Now this is gonna be a little bit behind because again I gotta give myself some time to make episode 2, 3, and 4 and all that stuff. So I'm gonna be talking about Dr. Stone is on 23 right now, so this will be like 22, I believe. I think this is episode 22 that I'm gonna be talking about. And I'm not gonna lie, I low-key shedded a thug tear, bro. Because Dr. Stone is amazing, bro. It's an anime of the year contender for me, bro. I love the musical score. I love the animation. The animation isn't like top tier, right, compared to what else came out this year. But I like the animation. I love the musical score. I love the fact that they make science with anime and they just blend it together in this perfect symphony of bliss. Because you can actually, some of the stuff in this show, you can actually do in real life. Like, you can make that Senku cola. You can, what else? They did something else that they taught us that we can do. But yeah, a lot of this stuff you can actually apply to real life, and I love that, bro. I love it. It's a nice little anime that you can just sit back and turn your brain off and watch, because that's what I like to watch. I'm a shonen whore. I'm gonna be honest with you. All these animes I'm getting ready to talk about are shonen, bro. That's all I care about. If there's not niggas yelling, if there's no power levels, there's no throwing of the hands, I don't want to watch it. I don't want no slice of life. I don't want no thought-provoking anime. That's cool every now and then, but I don't want to sit here and think when I watch my anime. I just want to sit back and just turn my brain off and chill and enjoy people beating the shit out of each other. That's all I want. I just want explosions. Same with my movies. If it ain't no superhero movie, bro, I don't care nothing about it. I'm gonna be honest with you. But anyway, this episode, bruh, there was some soft character development for Magma, and anybody who knows me, they know I love character development, bruh. It gets me going. My man had a chance. Magma, he had a chance to kill Senku and Chrome in the cave. They went to the cave, right? Here's a short synopsis of the episode. They went to the cave because they wanted to get some tungsten because they're trying to make a cell phone, right? So they need Magma because Magma's like the strongest guy in the village, right? Or Kohaku's really the strongest, but he's the second strongest. He's the male, whatever. And so they took him into the cave. He had a chance to kill him multiple times, but instead he actually saved Senku from falling into a sinkhole. Senku fell in anyway because he was trying to save him. Then he saved him again because Senku was shivering. Like they was using water to lift him up out of the sinkhole. And it was lukewarm water, but Senku was really frail. So like that, it was really cold to him. My man's went underneath him, picked him up by his feet, and then launched the dude in the air. How do you do that, bruh? How do you do that in water with no footing? My man, bruh, if power was a currency, my nigga Magma is rich, bruh. Like, he is wealthy as hell. It doesn't make no sense. And the whole time, he could have went in on him, but he never did. Magma actually made sure that Senku made it back in time for his surprise birthday party. Come on, bro. We talking about Magma. Magma was literally getting ready to kill Ruri just so he didn't have any opposition when he became village chief. This is a whole new character, bruh. Slowly but surely, they're making him a whole new character. He's working with the community. He's working with the village. I'm getting ahead of myself. That's actually the latest episode. So, like, my man's is doing it. My man's is doing it real big, and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him for stepping out of his shell and co-mingling with the squad, bruh. And speaking of the squad, they actually made Senku an observatory and a telescope for his birthday. That is so dope to me, bruh. It's like the whole village is just changing. Like, Senku just changed them all. He opened their eyes to a whole new world of possibilities and what ifs and stuff like that. And they're all for it, bruh. They're all for it. They're all working together to make the ramen, to make the batteries, to get the generator going, to work on the water mill, to make the golden wire. They're doing everything they have to do to make these cell phones because there's an impending war coming, and I just love it, bro. I wonder who was smart enough in the village to make the telescope, right? I know it was Gen came up with the idea, but how did they know the specific measurements and requirements to make a telescope, bro? Who in the village is that smart? Because it's just Senku and Chrome as the science users, so who else got the brain, bro? Who else got the brain? That's what I want to know. So that episode gets a 10 out of 10. Alright, Fire Force. We're talking about Fire Force right now. Fire Force was so hard, bruh. It was so... I'm low-key mad I didn't record a reaction to it because, bruh, I was in my house going crazy. I was screaming, and anybody who watches my YouTube videos, they know I scream. They know I get hyped. I do that all the time, bruh. I can't control it. I can't control it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I hurt your ears, man. I'm sorry. But anyway, this episode was all about Maki and the action, bro. My baby Maki was going in the Gorilla Cyclops. She was knocking niggas' heads off left and right, bro. the purple eyes. You know I love purple. You can't see it, but that's actually purple on the wall. I'm trying to figure out the settings on my camera. I buy shit and I don't know how to use it. I do it all the time. I'm bad. It's a problem. But but Maki was going crazy, bro. Like, she broke out the iron owls. I think in the show they call it the Tekio. Basically, the two little fire things she come up with, sputter, and flare, whatever. They go into these mechanical mechanisms, and then they float and levitate. She controls them. And so Maki went up against about like 6, 7. We gonna say 7. She went up against 7 dudes, bro, and she gave all of them ass whoopings. There are 7 days in a week, which means she gave an ass whooping for each and every day of the week, bro. That shit was hard, bro. But she was snapping necks, like just straight done. She was doing knees to the face. I can't put my knee up to my face. I'm not that flexible, and if I am, that's a problem. But yeah, knees to the face. The one dude, the ringleader, she hit him with the Kamehameha, and then like the freaking iron owls came in and hit him in the face, and then it was dope. But Maki was doing it, bro. She was the wicked witch of the age, bro. She was going in, and then you get the gag fight, bro. You get Tamaki versus Assault. Honestly, I read the manga and I forgot this fight even existed because it's forgettable. It's funny, right? It's funny, but it's forgettable because Tamaki, she basically just lost her clothes the whole fight, bro. The whole fight. And then she went up against Assault. If you don't know what Assault is, I was happy about Assault because Assault is like a black character, right? And this man, his whole fire thing is that he turns into these bullets, into these little bombs or whatever, and he just shoots it at you. He's the hitman of the evangelist. So this man actually kills people. So when he was going up against Tamaki and Sister Iris, I was like, yo, one of y'all is about to die, bro. I fuck with the manga cut. He ain't afraid to kill characters because one of them is going to die. Tamaki just ain't been doing it. Like, I'm actually mad because Tamaki seems like a cool character because she got the whole flames, the whole cat thing. So I'm expecting her to do like some flips in the air and then like slam her tail down real bad. I'm expecting her to like use her tails and stretch them out and like, you know, sprinkle a nigga like it's an anaconda or a constrictor or something like that. Or even like melt the ground as she runs like a cat, because she also does that. She runs like she's a cat, you know, whatever. And like, she don't do none of that, man. She don't do that. All she does is just trip and lose her clothes. And that's what happened in this fight. Put the breast in his face, I don't know if I can say the words. I'm gonna bleep it out on YouTube. Put the in the man's face, just straight dropped it on him. And then she fell back and then lost the clothes, the jacket, the pants, all that went out. Bro, her ass and everything, her whole lower region was just exposed in the soul's face, and the soul passed out because, you know, he's not used to girls. And and so I'm just mad. Tamaki deserves to be a better character. She's like, she's less than 10-10, but she's more than 10-10, my bad. But she's like on that same level as Sakura. Like, she's a little bit less than Sakura because Sakura can do something. I just expect more from her. And then Assault, you let me down, bro. You a nigga, bro. You black, bro. You're supposed to be doing some things. Speaking of black, I almost forgot. Like, Maki can't do no wrong in my eyes. And she's so bad, and y'all know I love Maki. She's like the best girl. But then you got Hibana, bro. She's black. Hibana she got that whole Fenty body butter all in her body be shiny and shit, but she got the long hair and the eyes, bro. Hibana's sexy, but she got that whole dominatrix with the heels and stuff, like stepping on, bro. Dominate me, please. Like, I need Hibana in my life. But anyway, I don't know where that came from. I talked about somebody black and it made me think of Hibana. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself, bro. I need a life. That is bad. But anyway, there was no serious there was no serious drama in this though. There was no serious dialogue. It was just all action. And so for that, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 because Maki. Then you got My Hero Academia. I think this one we're on is 71, so I think this is episode 70. I'm bad. I'm sorry. I got everything out of order. This is my first time. You know, forgive me. But you got My Hero episode 70, season 4, right? Now, if you haven't been keeping up, what they're doing right now is they're investigating into this group called the Shihasakai, which are the last remaining remnants of the Japanese Yakuza. Why did I say Japanese Yakuza like that? There's another Yakuza. Is there a Chinese Yakuza? I don't think so. But anyway, the leader of the Shihasakai is Kai Chisaki, better known as Overhaul. He's the main villain of this arc, right? So what this episode did for me, it pointed out three things. Like, one, it showed how jarring it was to be a pro hero because Deku and the rest of the work study groups, they was going through it for their first couple of days as the investigation was going on, trying to figure out where the headquarters is at, right? They were super intense. They was ready at a moment's notice, and then after a while, like, being on edge that whole time was really starting to take a toll on them, and it just made him seem like, yo, what is the school doing? What is Aizawa doing? Does he not see that the students are going through this? Like, come me to my second point. On the morning that the operation was supposed to commence, right, everybody was nervous. Deku was nervous. Ochako, I can't never say her first name right. Bro, I had a malfunction, bro. But anyway, Asui and Kirishima, they was all nervous. And Ryuku, the woman who can turn into a dragon, she was telling him like, yo, UA actually does a bad job about this because I was nervous my first day. And then some other side, you know, so he was like a father character, but he was a pro hero as well. He agreed like, yo, I was nervous my first time too. And so UA gotta do a better job of that. You gotta hit him with some techniques so that they can calm their nerves. You can't put all that on the work study, pro heroes and stuff like that, because they may not be in a situation where they where this happens a lot, so that they can tell them like, yo, do this and that and the third, or like, yo, think about this, that, you know, like they can't really give them any advice if it doesn't happen a lot. You see what I'm saying? And then last but not least, I love the direction of this episode, bro. It was so good. I love the time cards because they show what was going on throughout the minds of the plethora of characters that we had, right? Rocklock, Fat Gum, Deku, the main one, right? Because Deku was going through it the most. Like, the episode actually did an amazing job depicting the plight that Midoriya was in, because he couldn't talk to anybody about the investigation. I don't even think he talked to the work study groups about that, right? Or Azaiwa. He didn't talk to anybody about that. And then he also couldn't talk to anybody about the impending gruesome death that All Might is about to go to. So like, that's a lot for a 14-year-old to take on, right? Because he's 14, right? He's like a freshman in high school. That's a lot for a little kid to take on, bro. I can't talk to you about this mission where I have to save a little girl that I literally had in my arms and I let her go the first time. Now I'm trying to rescue her back after finding out that, yo, she's getting abused and bruised and reused every single day, right? That reuse part sounded pretty bad. I'm sorry. That sounded a little off. But yeah, like I had her in my arms and I let her go. And then now the guy that I idolize, that I look up to, that I actually got my powers from, that he's teaching me, like I'm finding out that he's gonna die in the most horrible way, and we don't even know how he's gonna die because he didn't want to ask about it. He didn't even want to talk to Midoriya about it. So like, all this pressure, all this is like really weighing in on Midoriya. He starts crying, he starts sobbing. Then you got Ida and Todoroki coming in as freaking best friends, and they just helping my man out. That whole cafeteria scene when they was giving him his giving him their food as he was crying and stuff like that, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I might have shed a thug tear, but it was pulling out a nigga heartstrings. It was getting me. It was getting me. So with that being said, I'm gonna give that episode a solid 9 out of 10. Basically because, like I said, there was no action, there was no explosions, there was no fights. But in all honesty, it was pretty much a 10 out of 10. Like I really like that episode. And then we got Vinland Saga, bro. I feel like Vinland Saga. I feel like Vinland Saga is like a sleeper hit of the year, right? I see no people talking about it. Like, I see a little bit on Twitter, but not a lot, bro. I'm talking about episodes 18 and 19 right now, right? Thorfinn did surprisingly well his second go around against Thorkel, bro. Like, my mans was dodging. He was able to see the axe. Like, Thorkel was taking all these cuts. The only thing that was saving Thorkel was the chainmail armor he had underneath his clothes. Other than that, bro, Thorfinn was hitting him with the hands, bro. Thorkel couldn't do nothing. Like, it was literally a point where they showed him just standing in the middle of the snow, swinging, bro. Like, my man is not agile at all. He's just super strong, bro. He can't do nothing against Thorfinn, who is super small and agile, bro. The only reason why was that armor, bro. That armor was the only thing that saved him. Other than that, bro, Thorfinn should have got it. And then the Prince, bro, Prince Canute. If you watch the show, you know he's a bitch. That's all. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be mean, but that's really what he is. He's been sheltered his whole life. He's been like, he's a pretty boy. He's soft, right? My man did the meanest transformation I've ever seen from a character in anime in like a minute, bro. Like the character development. Let's say it with me. Character development, bro. That's what I love to see. My man transformed from a wimp to a manly king right before our eyes, bro. He was talking to the preacher. That preacher was telling him what love is. Bro, love is everything around us, bro. It's the mountains, it's the grass, it's the snow, it's the weather, it's everything. We as humans, we can't attain it. Why? Because of Eve. Leave it to a woman to just mess. I ain't gonna bash women. We ain't gonna do that. But like, we can't attain it because, Eve, she did a sin and then to cast humans out, and that's why we can never attain love. That's why we here. That's why we ended up like the way we are. That's why we kill for fun and we find pleasure and hunting and doing this, that, and third, right? And murder and stealing, right? And so dude was like, yo, I'm over here praising this man and I'm acknowledging his existence, and the greatest thing that he created I can't even have, that I'll never get. And then, bro, when he figured that out, he was like, yo, I'm not gonna would talk wild about the Lord, but he was just like, yo, I'm casting aside all my love for the God, and I'm gonna take my own holy grasp on this world and create my own paradise. I'm gonna be God on this earth. I'm going to be the man that everybody looks up to. I'm going to be the new Jesus, bro. It's all about Prince Canute and his bitch. And I was just like, my man's look completely different. His face was changing, bro. He was all angry and shit. Bro. I never seen Canute like that. I was like, yo, bro, I love this shit, bro. I was hyped, bro. I was hyped. Episode 19, my man stepped on the scene, right? Thorkel and Thorfinn are still fighting. And Thorfinn actually won. He actually won the duel. Why? Because he kicked the fuck out of Thorkel's chin. The whole episode was making me mad because they kept saying that, hey, this is Thorkel's weakness, and they never explained what it was. But seeing how old boy got put on his ass after that kick, my man Thorkel got a glass chin. That's the only reason to explain it. But then Canute came in on the scene and he's like, yo, stop this senseless fighting. This shit is stupid. I'm the king. Y'all gonna follow me. Y'all gonna be my followers. Give me your horse. Give me your sled. We going to the king. I'ma kill him, and then I'm gonna take over this world, and I'm gonna make paradise. My man said, I ain't afraid to die. Thorkel was like, I'ma test that. Boom. Should send a punch. He sent a punch straight to the man's face. He didn't even react, bro. It didn't actually connect. He stopped right before he connected. But my man's didn't react, bro. His eyes was dead. He really don't care about dying. And after that, Thorkel, he had Thorkel's respect. Thorkel gave him everything he wanted. Thorkel even became a follower. That's how you command attention, bro. That's how you a king. But I'm just proud. I'm proud of that nigga, bro. I'm proud of that little nigga, bro. Canute is the GOAT, bro. So the episode gets a 10 out of 10.